Hey folks, welcome to Speed Bump. We're ready. 3 players doing a Genesis triathlon sort of thing. Game 1, Sonic 2.
We've given them Sonic 2, no special instructions, but I do think that there's going to be some flexibility of strats. I don't think there's one right answer to this one. I think people are going to try some stuff, so I think it should go pretty well.
Yeah, we're going by points, so that's the thing. Ready whenever they are.
Right,
They'll have 10 minutes.
Start.
$10 for score, just score attack. Every one of these is score attack. And I'm not actually sure how to get big points in Sonic 2. Sonic in general, for that matter.
All right, here we go. We're getting started. Not ready. Start.
All right, 10 minutes on the clock.
Like we mentioned, we are doing pure score attack. The only thing that matters to us is score. So when that clock runs out, when 10 minutes runs out, I'm going to pause the feeds and take the scores from there. We try as best as we can to keep track of the best score. So if someone games over, we'll try to keep track of their best score, but that can be tricky. So if you're watching along, it sometimes helps us if you just type out the score to help us out. So
what in the hell gives you points in this game? Picking up rings is not. Killing enemies doesn't even seem to give you points. I guess it's just enemies and beating the stage.
Yeah, killing enemies and then end of level bonuses.
Maybe the bonus area as well. The bonus area at the end is like huge. That's going to be enormous. So if somebody clears more stages than the other, that's going to be big.
Yeah, unless like bouncing on multiple enemies racks up a lot of points that I don't know about, it feels like this is ultimately not going to be terribly different from an just a straight out race.
It looks like if you make it to the end with a ton of rings, you get a huge bonus for that. You also get one for time, so I think there might be some flexibility in theory. Yeah, that's right. There is in this series a perfect bonus. Do you know about this? I remember this piece of trivia.
No, I don't.
If you get
I feel like I've
ring,
heard something about this, but I don't remember the details.
Every single ring, you'll get some marginal amount of points. Like, it's not enough for anything. It's just some value. I feel like it's a couple of stages worth of points.
Yeah, it might not be enough for our racers, but it is a source of points in the game.
It's ludicrous to get all the rings in these, because there's like 4 paths, and you have to go back all the way back, do it again. Two of the players on the boss of Area 1 already. An unnamed area no one's ever said anything about. I still got the Super Mario 64 edition up there, since we're playing Sonic. I'll change it someday. Here, I know how to do this. Check this out. Sonic.
Sonic.
Me, Sonic. Folks, if you're interested in joining us for races, we do it every week, and we also do a couple bonus ones that I would like to get into the spirit of twisting some more of. Currently, I'm doing the Quibble matches, though, where you opt off. I think once we got into it, the audience liked it a lot once they realized what it was and all. It's half done at this point. But once those are done, I probably will try to do pick-up races here and there. You played the Bubsy Sonic hack yet?
I have played it for Arcade Pit, haven't I?
Oh, that's only level 1.
Oh, like there's a full-length one?
Yeah, the whole game. The whole game is playable. It's not beatable, really. This is called Chemicat Pant.
I've played level 1, I just...
Yeah, don't you want to play through and get all the cat puns, like Chemicat Pant? I don't really understand that one, actually. That's what they got. Chemicat Pant Zone. Yeah, the whole game is a disaster and hates you, but the ending cutscene will kill Bubsy, so I don't think you can finish it unless they have updated this problem. The passion of the Bubsy Sonic mod. He's also in Streets of Rage 2 as one of the most busted strong characters I've ever seen. He has a giant active yarn ball that he can kill everyone with.
Nice try, Thammy. Thammy tried to bait me into playing it by linking to a retro achievement set. There's no achievements there.
Not until I find out how to make them work. Once I figure this out, you're done. Gotta get those. Collect every ring in Bubsy and Sonic 2. If you drop any, you gotta restart. What do you think of my achievement?
If you drop what?
Any rings, get to collect them all.
Oh god.
Ring chase. All the players are in the same levels here, but you can see a radical difference in points.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to what you were talking about before. There's a bonus for number of rings you end the level with, so I imagine people playing a little slower, but a little more conservatively to not lose all of their rings are probably going to end up being the big winners here.
Yeah, you do get a time bonus if you're lightning fast. That's cool too, but I don't think it's going to compete with the ring bonus. If you get 100 rings across the line. It wouldn't surprise me if the bonus round gives you points as well, but I'm not sure about that.
Reminder to people who haven't ever seen our triple game format. Basically, the way this spreadsheet works is it awards points to players per game, scaled by what their scores actually are. So you can't run away with it just by having one high-scoring game in the mix. Getting the highest score out of the whole group will net you 100 points, and everyone else will earn some number of points proportional to the number of points that the highest scorer got. So everyone has a chance. It's pretty hard to completely run away with this format that we have.
That's because our different genres might generate wildly different amounts of points, making one of the games irrelevant. Such as the Bride of Pinbot giving you 1 billion points sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like we've had fun trying to add pinball to our mix on SpeedBump, and it has almost never actually worked out very well. Because someone ends up hitting one thing in one moment and earning like 10 million points, and then that's basically the job done.
Yeah, pinball has a skill ceiling that is hard to even understand how it can even be a thing, but it is, especially in real life, in physical. Those people are crazy with those, and if you don't know, like if you're not at that level, everyone's just kind of randomly plopping that ball around, and they maybe will get a jackpot here and there. Competitive pinball would be a really fun tournament, and always is a good hoot at MagFest. But without knowing even what the goals are, yet alone how to do the shots or shake the table, it's just beyond the reach of most people. So yeah, that's almost random who would win.
Patty has
having
been
trouble.
looping in the same section of this level for a while.
It's a bad
Missing
section.
jumps that I almost certainly would miss as well.
It's a bad section. It lags the Genesis. It's just this weird water section. It slows down. Like, Chemical Plant is pretty good. I don't like the pits. They're kind of weird sometimes. And then there's this. The worst part of it is Section 2 of Act 2 here. I hate it. And then you have this jump. If you miss it, you fall down and have to do it all over again. It's a very slippery little ride. And they got fooled by that.
Oh, man. Oh, no. All right, so that's our time. Let me go ahead and get our players set up with the next game. Our next game is going to be Sunset Riders.
Extremely close score. And then Patty got stuck in level 2, which killed theirs. It is... Pinball is the genre. All of the tables are their own. So yeah, there's not the same set of rules usually. Like, there's similar rules, like usually going up the ramp 20 times does something like that kind of stuff, but knowing the table also helps a lot.
All right, so our players are setting up for our next game. We've gone ahead and entered the scores from the first one, and so after our first game, our top score was Spritz with a 54,800, netting 100 points for the first game. Bloodfire Tagarung had a 46,400, which netted 85 points, and Patty B's with 28,100, giving 51 points. So still up in the air, but Spritz has a pretty commanding lead at the moment.
Billy Cool with the Billy Customs. What a cowboy he is. This is the Genesis version. They're gonna hate it, but they only have to play it for 10 minutes. Let's do it.
All right. I have started them up on the countdown, and time will begin when we see someone pick their character.
Billy Cool, tell me about yourself. Well, I like vegetable, coffee, justice. Clock is on.
All right, so we have two knowers who have picked Cormano, and also Billy is here. The character select screen is really the knowledge check for this game. The only people who pick Billy are speedrunners.
In the campaign, Cormano has a nice spread that is a little bit better than Billy's, though Billy got that L-shaped kind of spread, V-shaped kind of spread, really. And it's pretty nice sometimes. In the versus mode that exists in this game, this version, they are exactly the same, except for style. It's pretty interesting. The shotgun is the same as the pistol. Oh, I hate for the bulls.
Spritz has decided to reset. I'm not sure if Spritz has decided they'd prefer to play as Billy, but... Nope, they went straight back in as Cormano.
Maybe they just wanted their continue back.
That's possible.
Pretty early on.
Yeah, the speedrun only picks Billy as far as I understand because the specific angles of his shots are really, really good for killing the final boss faster.
That sounds right. Just in general, I think the pistol users are slightly better at killing the boss in terms of like how many shots it takes or how the machine gun works on them.
Well, I know when it comes to the final boss of this game, whose name I forget.
Richard Rose?
Yeah, Richard Rose. The angle that he shoots at allows you to hit him even while the barriers are still up around him. Just like something about the very specific angle that fires is very good for Billy.
Generally speaking, everybody but the bosses are kind of irrelevant, so Cormano's spread is not super helpful.
It does allow you to turn your brain off a little bit while you're playing.
Yeah.
The nice thing about Cormano's spread is that you can more or less just focus on not getting shot, and you know that as long as you keep firing your gun, you will win.
Spritz get taken out by so many TNTs. The continue does not erase your score, which I find interesting. That's cool. That makes it really easy for us.
Do they have unlimited continues?
They have 5. They're not going to run out before 10 minutes is up.
Well, we'll do our best to keep track of everyone's top score if that happens. So, keep us honest, viewers. But Smite's right. Billy is not a bad character. Billy is just harder to play as if you're not familiar with this game. You're firing 1 or 2 pistols, which means you actually have to care about making sure you hit your targets, whereas Cormano just sprays bullets.
It is a little bit more precise, but I feel like if 2 equally skilled players are playing Billy and Cormano, they will split the boss percent towards Billy most of the time. He's just going to do more damage faster because of the way he shoots. I think he might just be able to put more damage out and straight up, but not super amounts. It's just easier to do it with him for some reason. I think the boss obstacles is definitely a part of it.
Yeah, in the stages themselves, it doesn't really matter how much damage you deal because every enemy dies in 1, maybe 2 bullets, so
it's one
just having a really good spray is all that really matters.
The green guy's Steve. We don't talk about Steve.
Oh, that's right. Was it the Super Nintendo or the arcade version that had 4 different characters you could choose?
All the other versions have 4 players except this one.
Okay, for some reason I was thinking one of the versions other than this one didn't have 4.
The arcade version has 4 multiplayer at the same time, which is incredible. Love those arcade cabinets that do that.
I very much enjoy Sunset Riders, and I gotta tell you, this is my first time seeing the Genesis version. This seems like a really terrible version.
It's closer to the arcade version in a couple ways, and it sucks a lot. And it's like the worst aspects of it art-wise, and then none of the good stuff. The SNES version is a pretty rude game, but I'm quite fond of it, and it's hard to play this one.
I'm only really familiar with the SNES version. I never really played the arcade version, but that's interesting that you're saying this is closer to the arcade version.
In terms of like the funny animations, the TNT, and stuff like that, but it doesn't take long before even that part isn't true. Like, I feel like that's just stage 1, and then it stops being that. The art is a little bit more, not that the art in the SNES version is bad, but it's a little bit more in-depth here.
Patty had a clean fight against Simon Greedwell.
There's a bonus area here where you collect 1-ups and coins. It's good for our points. I like the SNES bonus way better. It's a really fun I mean, that
Oh,
would
the
be a
shooting
cool-
gallery?
Yeah, it's a versus mode shooting gallery with a timer on it. 50 fellas, and you have to D-pad and shoot.
Bury me with my money. It's time to pay. I would say that with 3 minutes left on the clock, Bloodfire Tigerung is really kind of running away with this, which is great. That's what Bloodfire needs in this triple header. But I don't think that Spritz and Patty Bees are too far behind, and they're both doing quite well. So
You drop all that money when you die for no reason. Yeah, there are less levels in this version, I think, and so the train here is pretty far in compared to where it normally used to be level 2. And I guess that's true here as well, but I think there might only be 4, maybe 5 stages in this one. I might be wrong. I beat it though. It's a short game.
I'll answer since we'd love to have more people involved. Usually the race room will go up either a little before or right at the start of Arcade Pit. Anyone's welcome to join up to and including right after Arcade Pit ends. We'll accept anyone who wants to join, and it could not possibly be easier. You basically just need to stream your game footage. We have some OBS profiles that can help you get set up better, but you know, really there's nothing fancy. You just need to give us your game feed. So most people find that they can get set up and ready to go in just a few minutes time. We usually don't play games that require any complicated setup. In the rare occasions that we do, we usually let people know the game well in advance so that they can have time to set up before Arcade Pit ends. We do this every week, and we always love to be able to actually fill a full room. Full room for us is 8 people, but we can take more than 8. We can just really only broadcast 8 at a time. Max.
Patty is 73,200. 73,200.
73,200?
They're done.
All right, I'll write that down for now.
I think they game overed enough. They're not going to go back in. They ran out of continues.
Gotcha.
This is a Contra-like kind of shooter, and it is a mean one. This Genesis version's meaner than the... Would not mind running through the 4-player arcade games that exist sometime. Sunset Riders, Superman, and The Simpsons being 3 that I'm familiar with 4 players. And the Dungeons and Dragons one is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm always down to try some obscure arcade games. The nice thing is if you only want to play 2 players, Fightcade works pretty well for a lot of them. But 4 players, we can probably find ways to set that up.
We still gotta finish Harmony of Despair. Clown car full of dudes.
Keep in mind that if the limiting factor for you is your internet speed, we play primarily
Time's up.
retro games, so you don't have to stream at a very high bitrate. Oh, I don't have Spritz's score.
120,000?
It was 120,000.
Yeah, they didn't quite get to the boss, so all these points don't count.
Okay. All right, I have that logged. Right now, this is a neck-and-neck race between Spritz and Bloodfire. 171 to 185 using our scoring system. Patty Bees has a 95. If this next game goes wild enough, Patty actually still has enough points to potentially catch up, but it'll be a little bit of a stretch there. I have given them the third game, which is Thunder Force 4.
A series of very popular shmups. Yeah, in America, it's Lightning Force.
Oh, that would have been handy to know. I was having a hard time finding a version in English. Okay. All right. Well, whatever. Here we are. Welcome. Anyway, yeah, I got cut off from my train of thought. You do not have to stream at a very high bit rate. If you have even 1 megabit of upload, you can absolutely stream at low resolution, even 30 FPS, and that would be perfectly serviceable for this. So, no one needs to feel obligated to do anything. But if you feel like the limiting factor is your internet, it is totally doable.
Yeah, it's honestly, if you're watching this stream already, you probably can do it. Upload usually, unfortunately, is still lower than download. I hate that fact.
Yeah, good luck finding symmetric in the US.
But even with that being true, the upload speed you need is very small.
Do we want to tell them a stage to play or something like that? I don't know a lot about this game.
I don't know offhand, and I'm happy with whatever choice they make.
Okay.
I think. Let them choose their weapons, let them figure out their controls. I don't have any advice to give them. It is a complicated shmup as far as they go. It's got a lot of features, but even so, it is still that genre, so it's not the worst.
All right, I've given them the countdown. Good luck and Godspeed to all of them. We are not well informed enough to insist on any particular level.
I think that the player
I'm hoping
who will
that
win
that's
is gonna
not going to be the deciding factor.
Skill here, still, even so, like it's just gonna be a case of not dying to a pretty hard shmup. You're gonna have to be pretty good at these to barrel through this one. Absolutely one of the more popular Genesis games, though. The ice snake is harassing our fellas. Oof. I'm wondering what that 26% in the top right, but I'm gonna take a look. Let me try and get some information. It's been long enough since I played this.
This one's going to be a little bit tricky because game overs do not preserve your score.
Yeah, we're looking for the best one. There is a 99 lives code we probably could have and should have given them, but that's okay. I think that might actually mess things up in a weird way. Let's see how they do. They're gonna have to beat the high score really to set this off.
Yeah, in a perfect world, we would have them crack the high score. I need to start making a point of seeing if I can make a mod to the game before I give it to them that like sets the high score to 0 on a new file.
That'd be too easy. There are 8 weapons in this game. So the percentage in the top right is what I figured it would be. It's just in increments of 25 is your speed.
Did you start a timer?
Let me see.
It should be about 6 minutes remaining.
Yeah. Actually, 5 minutes. I'll start it as soon as the minute ticks.
This game looks really challenging.
Nah, it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. 5 minutes on the clock. Yeah, this game does have the shoot backwards method. This is such a Nick Arcade challenge. Just, here's a shmup you've never seen in your life. Give me, you have 20 seconds to get 10 million points. Ah, you lost.
You gotta clear the Wizard's Challenge, though.
I think that might be easier than some of the games they give them.
Yeah, but some of the games are like, Joe and Mac get 400 points. And you're watching this 12-year-old not realize all you have to do is kill 4 guys, and they're all on screen. They're right there. They want to die.
Yeah, but then you have to live with the guilt.
That's true. That's a lot for kids to deal with.
Spritz has been blasting this guy for quite a while. I wonder if this is even doing damage at this point.
It's been a long run.
Is this guy this tanky? He might be. I wouldn't be surprised either way.
I feel like Bloodfire, unless they cleared the stage and I missed it, I feel like they just said, screw that level, I'm going to do a different one. And this one's going so much better.
Hell stage is over. There are weapon power-ups that you can accrue, obviously. So those are big. Maybe you get the right weapon, come back to the Icelands. Which is where just about everybody has started.
Like Bloodfire Tagrung has now definitely won this game because they've managed to deal a modicum of damage to the enemies in this stage rather than plinking off of the enemies in the stage that Patty Bees and Spritz are on.
That high score is in danger. We're trying out all kinds of crazy weapons we haven't seen.
I missed what Patty Bees' best score has been so far, but trying to keep an eye on it in case.
I hate this thing they have to fight that just won't go away. Oh no! 53,900. Bloodfire. I'd say time is up with that. Just about.
All right.
I don't know what the score for Patty was.
I believe the best I saw was about 3,500. So I have recorded that.
Alright. Well, those were fun Genesis classics. Sonic and others. Hey, Thunder Force, Lightning Force is tough.
So it looks like based on our scoring system, Bloodfire Tagrung runs away with it, getting 53,900 on that last game, which absolutely blew the other players out of the water. Really just came down to stage choice, which is what it is.
Yeah, if you're doing a game like this, you have a time limit. Try to find the best method. If it sucks, maybe hit the bricks. That's a good strategy.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
Since we've done one of these, let's do some more.
Yeah.
I'll see you next week.
And if you're watching, make sure you sign up for them.
Yeah.
Every Sunday night after Arcade Pit.
See you later.
Later.